Welcome to KBTI Center with our one and only NL specialist, Michelle Chakani.
예! 이런 사운드 이펙트가 생겨버렸어요.
How is you?
Me is swell.
Swell.
Can you guys make me like a song with the word swell so I can just use it whenever asked?
Swell la la la, swell la la la.
That was good.
Oh,
that was good.
It's not swell. But swell always reminds me of like, oh, I'm swollen, you know?
Yeah,
Swelling
Ah.
kind of swell.
부었나요?
부어서 아니.
아니야.
Right.
I always monitor our episodes, and then when I come to an episode where I have appeared, I'm like, why are my eyes so small? Like, and my face
Your
is so
eyes are
we're-
not small.
At least your eyes are bigger than mine.
screen에서
So.
보면 it's just they're just slits, you know. And then Xander's over here with these two circles, and then me and
I mean,
Xander-
what are you talking about? Just look, take a look at the
Guys.
screen right now. I have this line-looking eyes right now.
Same.
Guys,
Okay,
look at
yeah.
T-Bongi. He's very hurt right now. He's taking it personally because you guys are talking about eye size. T-Bongi 제일
I
작아.
think, no, I think his is bigger than ours. Anyhow.
Wow.
But yeah.
Okay, let's stop talking
Hello,
about this
welcome
kind of stuff.
to the KBTI Center. It's
Right.
interesting to have you guys here on a Wednesday.
I know, right? Usually on a Friday, though.
Yeah, but we are having, as we've been teasing this whole week, DKZ coming in on
Yay.
Friday. And
DKZ.
so, in light of that, I did want to focus today's discussion on two of the members of DKZ
Okay.
that are
Are they all coming today?
Oh, no.
Are
Friday.
they all coming on Friday? I
갑자기
mean,
들어오시나요?
I
On
mean,
Friday.
Not every member, right?
every member coming that day?
I'm not sure yet.
Oh, now I'm curious.
But two of the members are ISTJs, and we will be talking about that personality type. So
We've never talked about ISTJ so far.
not yet, and I'm really excited
Interesting.
because ISTJ가 제 이상형이에요.
Oh my goodness! Friday, let's see what Michelle is gonna wear that day.
궁금한데요. 아니 어떤
Wedding dress 입고 올 것
사람들이길래요?
같아.
What's so special about ISTJs?
Right.
So for those that are tuning in for the first time, ISTJ is one of the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types. And ISTJs are the introverted, sensing, thinking, and judging types. And they are in Korean, they are nicknamed the 청렴 결백한 논리주의자, which in English is the logistician.
Oh my
They-
goodness!
they have-
Too much
they are
logic.
So logical. So
Really?
logical, and I love it. Oh, you know, I'm biased towards ISTJs because my brother-in-law, who is like my ideal type, is an ISTJ. And so
Interesting.
it's very like heavily biased today. Anyhow, so do you hear my mask crinkling?
Yeah, that's normal. It's a
Okay.
COVID thing
Sorry,
already. By the way, if any
everyone.
of our listeners ISTJ, listen to us carefully and let us know whether you are one also.
맞아요. And if you're a guy, leave a comment.
Wow, comment to Michelle.
Anyhow, so as I mentioned, they love their rules. They're uber logical. They love organization. They're not that great at giving apologies, but if they do, they're probably genuine because like they don't really like to give apologies or
안
인정해.
되는데.
왜,
너
왜요?
자기 사과 못하는 사람 자존심 센데.
그러니까
그러니까요.
인정을 하면 하는데 인정하기까지가 되게 오래 걸린다는. But then
Oh,
once
you mean
it's,
you mean the type like, well, I'm not gonna apologize because I don't understand. What did I do
yeah.
wrong?
So but then I mean if it's out of necessity, like 눈치가 있으신 ISTJ 분들은 그래도 하시는데
그쵸.
they will kind of just wiggle their way out if they don't mean it. But if they mean it, they will be quick to be like, oh, I'm sorry.
그치.
Yeah. Anyhow, they tend to be shy at first. That's their. Whoa, I kind of sounded British just now. They're kind of shy at first. That's their introvertedness coming in. 네, 한국말로 좀 재빠르게 설명을 해드리자면
네.
이 유형의 사람은 자신이 맡은 바 책임을 다하며 그들이 하는 일에 큰 자부심을 갖고 있고 목표가 딱 생기면은 일단 그 목표를 향해 다른 건 안 보이고 그냥 추진을 해요. So
Isn't it a little blind though? Blindly
그러니까.
towards their goal.
경주마 같은 느낌이네요.
what's 경주마?
경주마 말.
Racing
Yeah,
horse?
yeah.
My Korean.
Oh, 나도 몰랐어. So what's a
I just
juma?
heard of 경주
What's a
and then
경주?
마.
마. Okay.
Oh, I'm so
Okay.
smart. Oh, but yes. And so with them, if they have a life goal, no matter what comes in, they have a hard time being flexible because they're like, okay, but I'm trying to get to point B. So these distractions are distractions. So
Right.
kind of like that. So
We have a
Now-
clip
yeah.
here, right?
yes, but before I wanted to give everyone an exam or an activity. So now that you've got an idea what ISTJs are like, I wanted everyone to see if they can guess who the hidden ISTJs are in this audio clip of DKZ members featuring their members 경윤, 문익,
퀴즈.
재찬, and 종형. And as a hint, there are two. So 이걸 들어보고
궁금하네요.
이 중에 두 명이 어떤 두 분이 ISTJ일지 한번 맞춰보세요.
All right, let's listen to it.
다들 바다 가면 해보고 싶은 거 있어요? 장문익 빠뜨리기요. 또 물보라를 일으켜.
나 이거 너무 좋아. 나 파도 크게 치는 거 보면 웅장함이 가슴으로 때려. 웅장함이 가슴을 때리면 가슴 아프겠다.
Okay, I didn't really quite understand the clip, but who was the guy from the first part of the clip that said, I want to drop a rose on the ocean? Something like that? 나
okay,
바다에
so-
장미를 빠뜨리고 싶어.
그
아니야?
문익이라는 멤버가 있는데
네.
문익 said 바다 가면 해보고 싶은 거 있어요. What do you
네.
guys want to do if you go to the
네.
ocean? And then 재창 was like 문익이 빠뜨리기요.
아,
he said
장미를 빠뜨리는-
장문익.
아,
That's his full name.
Ah, throw
장문익
him
빠뜨리고 싶다. I
down.
want to dunk 문익 in the ocean.
Okay.
And then this got cut out, but 문익 was like 겨울이어서 안 돼요. And then 종형, which is another member and also the leader, he said 물보라를 일으켜, which is an Oh My Girl song. And then 경윤 was like 파도 크게 치는 거 보면은 웅장함이 가슴을 때린다. Like when I see the big waves, I feel like it's going to hit me like in the feels in my heart.
맞아요.
And then 종형 was like, oh dude, yeah, that sounds like it'll hurt. And then that's the clip.
All right, interesting. We'll let you guys have a chance to guess because actually I don't even know. any
Yeah,
of
we'll
the
debate
members.
about it once we
맞아요.
get back.
We're gonna listen to one of their song. Meanwhile, this is DKZ with 사랑 도둑 Cupid. This is difficult because honestly, I don't know DKZ members well.
그러니까요.
This is for Friday.
Were they
Get
here
us.
when I was here or when Kevin and Killa was here?
I have no idea. But I do feel like I remember 동키즈, like writing questions for 동키즈. And I think that was when we were on
All Things
first
K-pop,
four.
maybe?
All Things K-pop, definitely.
Oh, maybe. Oh, 설마. If I were there, that means I really have young Zymers. Oh my goodness. We have a lot of people here actually guessing about it here, you know, saying that, oh, 종형 and Munich are the answers. I admitted I cheated because I already saw the IG post uploaded said Leon Teo. No cheating, Leon!
그럴 수도 있죠.
어려워. 근데 I mean, it's really hard for us to guess because, you know, for people like me, we don't know the members well.
Yeah, so
Are you
we don't know
familiar?
which voice is whose.
Right.
Same
어려워요.
But
So-
I think I can guess just one. I think the first one who said I'm going to be throwing 문익 in the ocean. I think that guy was an ISFP. FP? No,
I don't think so.
ISTJ.
Because if you say, if you're a logical person, you won't say something like that, right?
Well, he was being logical about
Throwing somebody down.
somebody to the ocean as soon as he get there,
오늘
right?
명언인데.
어, 근데
That's
It's
his own way of
logical.
being logical. So
무섭다.
It's logical to throw our friends in the ocean. Okay, registered.
나 절대 사회랑 같이 안 놀래. I'm not gonna go with you to any ocean or 바닷가.
remember how I ditched you last time when we were in the sports thing place?
All right.
Like we were supposed to be
Oh.
hanging on top of the roof of the building and
Yeah,
stuff.
but at
and
least
I
you didn't
ditched
push
you.
me off there.
Okay.
Oh wow, that would have
Right.
been bad. Okay, so Sam's guess is the guy that said 문익 빠뜨리기요 when
Yeah.
문익 asked, what do you guys want to do when you go to the ocean? So the other member said 문익 빠뜨리기요 물보라를 일으켜 and then 파도 크게 치는 거 보면 웅장함이 가슴을 때려.
Yeah.
Sanders looking at me with a blank face. He's like, I don't know, Michelle. Just tell us the answer.
What language are you talking?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just reveal the answer. I did post it on our Instagram to give our listeners a hint for whoever is not paying attention to the show and looking through our Instagram. Just kidding, like Leon. But the answer is yes, definitely 종형 and 문익.
Oh, so you already put the answer out there.
Yeah,
Oh man, I didn't see. Usually I only see the SNS after the show.
맞아요. So if people were paying attention to the show, then they wouldn't have known. But
That's
Leon was
right.
distracted. I'm just kidding.
I know. So everybody, if you want to know, sometimes we have good news, dear.
Yeah,
Exclusive
맞아요.
news. Just
가끔씩
follow
제가
us at
힌트를 올려놓습니다.
kride.tbs on Instagram. Follow us and you can see funny pictures also.
But then I don't quite get it still. So can you explain why their responses exhibited ISTJ characteristics?
Exactly.
Yes. So as I told you guys, they are very logical. And one thing I should have mentioned is that sensing people like S들은 감각 means they're not intuitive. They're kind of just like they take things as they are and what they see. So their senses are really important to them. So things that don't make sense, they don't even consider. You know, like, oh, if you received like $50 million, but you had to do this, would you do it? Then ends would like the three of us are N's, we would sit there and contemplate like, maybe. But then the S 있으신 분들은 바로 아니 그런 걸 왜 고민하냐? That's not even realistic. Why would you do that? And the person here that was like, 겨울이어서 안 돼요 was 문익. Because like it doesn't even get to him that his friend wants to throw him in the ocean. He just registers it. He was like, but it's the winter, so that's not gonna work.
Very logical.
His reason is like, no, like I'm gonna be cold. It's winter, so you can't, So he's not really even offended.
Okay.
생각이 다르구나.
Yeah. And then the other one is Jonghyung, who is the leader of the group. He's actually popular within the fandom to be so multifaceted because 약간 the joke is that he has 4 different MBTIs.
Oh man.
He's very like 되게 다양한 성격을 지닌 친구여가지고 so it's not too apparent, but he was the one that said 물보라를 일으켜 웅장함이 가슴을 때리면 가슴 아프겠다, and I just kind of thought like he's just in his head.
Right.
And I thought that was,
So for those people who are lost like me and don't know the members, don't worry. We're going to come back and see one member one by one. And since we keep talking about that song, let's listen to that song, shall we?
Okay, we'll be back after this song by Oh My God with Dolphin. You are listening to Kride on TBS EFM 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas. I am your driver, Samuel.
And I'm your driver, Alexander, and we have Michael in the studio.
Michael?
오랜만이다.
Michael
Michelle.
Oh, Michelle. Yeah.
옛날에 we used to would say Michelle, Michael, and she's like,
Yeah.
But it's spelled different though.
the male version of Michelle is Michael.
Yeah.
That's why. You
Yeah.
get it?
You've never...
He never. He doesn't get it. It's okay.
I didn't know that.
It,
새로운 정보다. Thank you.
A lot of Michelles around the world probably get teased as Michael.
Right, Michael
Okay.
and Michael's get Michelle's.
And I just go, Michelangelo, I'm a genius. Like, so.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Anyway, let's move on. Yeah.
You can listen live about TBS EFM and we'll catch our visual radio over YouTube under the same name.
Yeah.
And today's question of the day, Michelle, want to read for us?
What is something you do regularly to keep yourself in shape, physically, mentally, and at what you do?
본인이 꾸준히 하고 있는 자기 관리
우리 미셸은 있어요.
뭐예요?
아이고.
You started doing exercise, no?
그러니까요.
And you started having 식단.
맞아요.
안
And
하고
she's
있구만.
so good at managing her timeline throughout a day.
I don't think so. I don't sleep.
젊어서 그래. 잠은
그러니까.
늙었
자기
늙었을 때 잠이
관리.
근데 타임 매니징을 진짜 잘한다고 느낀 게 학교도 가, 방송도 해, 스케줄 뭐 다 맞춰서 가, 누구 만나랴. 그리고 심지어 지금
Right.
you're also a reporter at a press or
I
something.
write articles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
I'm a
you're
news
doing
writer.
3 jobs at one time? You are crazy.
그러니까요.
어떻게 매니징 하는지.
대단해요.
자기 관리. 저 그냥 책 읽어요.
아,
To expand my mental space.
그렇군요.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. 자기 관리, I can't believe he was like, 그거랑 똑같잖아요. 저 공부해요, 자기 관리.
그니까.
So I was debating between saying 일본어 공부 and 책 읽기, but I
책 읽기가
read
낫지.
more
그게
often.
뭐가
So.
관리요?
그게 자기 관리죠.
자기 관리지. 더 많은 걸 배우고 지식을 채우는
부동산 영상 보시는 분들도 그것도
감탄.
맞아, 자기
관리고.
관리지. 다 자기 관리하는 거죠.
맞아요.
For me, 자기 관리 is like, I cannot take more knowledge in my head. I can't even remember my name.
그럴 수 있어.
Right. Anyway, we have a lot of answers here. The first one is from 4011님.
네, 미셸 읽어주세요.
저는 매일 선크림 바르고 있어요. 날씨가 흐려도 발라요. 그리고 저녁 식사는 배부르지 않게 먹으려고 노력해요.
Very good. So put a lot of sunscreen every day, even though it's not sunny.
맞아요.
And also at night, try to not eat too full. 이거 되게 중요해요.
그러니까요.
UV ray is also on computer and everywhere actually.
그래서
really?
안경을 써도 블루레이 그 UV레이 차단 안경을 쓰는 게 좋아요.
맞아요.
That's what I do
피부가
every day.
조심해야 돼요. So
맞아요.
컴퓨터 오래 앉으면 앞에 앉으면 you get 착색 on your face.
Oh my, I'm sitting in front of a screen all day.
Congratulations!
2305님이 저는 걷기 앱으로 하루 10,000보 이상 걷기 실천하려고 노력합니다.
와우.
요즘은 날씨가 좋아서 성공률이 높아요. 못하는 날은 계단 오르기로 대체하기도 하고요.
와, 다음 10,000 steps a day 만보 가능해요?
진짜 많이 고르신다.
Oh, I'm 잠만보. Siska Adriani said, for my mental health, I listen to music and try to laugh with friends every day. Let's laugh together. 하나, 둘, 셋.
And Siska, we're also curious about what kind of music you listen to on a
yeah.
daily basis. So let us know. If it's K-pop, we're going to be playing your request on our show.
All right. Jessica Lima also said, Michelle, want to read for us?
I work out, take vitamins, eat vegetables and fruits, try to avoid greasy food, but it is hard for me to sleep 8 hours because I like to listen to my favorite DJ, Sam and Sanders, so I sleep around 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you. That's so nice. 8 hours of sleep 진짜 중요해요. 근데.
그러니까요.
There's always the reruns, by the way.
맞아요.
다르니까, right?
맞긴
생방
해요.
듣기.
아무튼 아무튼 이런 식으로 문자 참여 샵 1013 짧은 문자 50원 긴 문자나 사진은 100원으로 많이 부탁드립니다.
Keep letting us know at shop 1013451 charge 101 for longer text message for free on our YouTube chat page. We're going to continue KBTI Center right away and we're going to discuss about each member of DKZ. So tell us
Previously
about
known
them.
as Dongkiju, right? And so we're talking about Dongkiju today because they will be our guests this Friday in Friday Afternoon Live. And I wanted to ask you guys the question that Munich threw at his members. What would you guys like to do when you go to the beach? What's your top thing to do when you go?
Just stare at the horizon.
Honestly,
Start thinking about all these different
Gamsungs.
things about my life.
I think I'm logical in this sense. The first thing I hate said is like, I have to make sure I wear shoes that sand doesn't go inside. Oh, 진짜.
그게 생각보다 로직이네.
Right? I know.
그러게.
Maybe I have to do my MBTI again.
I thought Sander was going to be like, 뭐 먹을지, 해물
그치,
어떤 거
그치.
먹을지.
That's the second one.
Okay, okay.
뭐
We're close.
신고 가는지, second thing like 회가 어디서 먹는지.
그럴 수 있죠. 그럴 수 있죠.
그렇구만. Yeah, so I was trying to see if that would
What
tell
about
us
you?
if you guys are ENFJs, but I don't think that really did. Beach? Jeez. I would just wear sunscreen. Yeah,
you
I
are
also
also a
really
logical
don't like
person, yeah.
sand. Like, I really don't like
Why
sand.
not?
And so, because they just get everywhere, and then I feel dirty, and then
Guys,
beach
by the way,
hair.
she's talking about SAND, not XAN sand, okay? I'm not dirty, okay? Sand.
근데 you know it's
Morning.
much more healthier to walk on top of sand than on regular concrete
Yeah,
around
I
the
hate
street.
when I
you know?
step on it and suddenly there is a crab or those shells. 되게
맞아요,
아파.
Wow, I personally really like that feeling.
Ew, I don't like it. Like, what's
이상한
inside the
사람들이네.
sand? sand 안에 괴물이 있을 수도 있어.
아무튼 여러분들은 바다에 가시면 어떤 유형의 분들인지도 알려주세요.
맞아요.
네.
And let's see if we can compare you guys to the members of DKZ. Where let me just go over what they said. So Chechan wanted to throw Munich in the ocean. Jonghyung just thought of a freaking song that we just listened to. And then Kyungyun said that when he sees the waves, it arises some kind of emotional feeling in his heart. I wanted to reveal actually what their types are while we're at it.
How many members are there in DKZ?
There's currently, I believe, seven.
Seven.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they all going to fit in this studio?
I don't think they will. though.
Yeah, it'll be
We'll
fine.
try. We'll figure out a way.
So Taechan, who was wanting to throw Munich in the ocean, he is an INTP. And then Kyungyun, who was like, oh, the waves resonates with me. He is an ESFJ. And then Sehyun, Mingyu and Kiseok are different members that we haven't mentioned today. Sehyun is an ESFP, Mingyu is ENFP, and Kiseok is also an ENFP.
Okay.
왜 이렇게 달라?
I know.
다?
그러니까요.
그러니까요.
And I'm surprised because Taechan and Kyungyun, they're INTP, ESFJ, which are types we haven't gone over yet. And so I'm excited to see like these new personality types that we haven't studied
Wow,
come into
now I
play.
wonder the teamwork because they have so many diverse MBTI in one
맞아요.
group.
그러니까요.
I think that's also
어땠는지.
why Jonghyung is so like diverse in personality because he has
그래요.
to embody all of them at once.
Right. This is very, very interesting because I wonder how they get along. Maybe this is a good question we could ask them that day. 다들 MBTI 되게 다양하니까 어떻게 지내는지, 합석은 어떻게, how do they live in a dorm together, right?
Yeah. And they've been together for quite a while. So that is all coming up on Friday, guys. So make sure if you were intrigued by today's discussion to tune in on Friday.
기대된다.
Yay.
금요일날 동키즈 모실 때까지 여러분 계속해서 저희 방송과 함께 해주시고요. We're gonna take a quick song break and be back soon. This is 나무현 with 냉정과 열정 사이.
We were discussing actually off air. Michelle said, what do you mean by 냉정과 열정 사이?
Somewhere between being cool and being passionate.
I know.
What are you
But I was
thinking about it
like,
then?
but what does that mean?
I mean, 냉정 means like, how do you say?
It means you're trying to balance out yourself, I think.
냉정하게 is like being logical.
Yeah,
열정 is being
cold-hearted.
passionate.
그러니까요.
So sometimes when you're passionate about something, but you have to also be realistic about it. You get what I mean? For example, I'm like, yes, I'm going to go to this thing, but you have to be logical, like, okay, COVID is still going around. I think I better not go. So you have to try to balance it. So I'll just go there with a mask. Oh my God, I'm so logical.
I
Yay!
think you're a very logical person than a passionate one, yeah.
That
I think I have
reminds
to do my MBTI again.
Yeah.
I
Maybe,
suspect I
yeah.
changed.
근데 ENFJ에서 뭐가 바뀌었을 것 같아요?
I don't know. I just hope I'm not going back to what was that, the celebrity, the EN.
ESFP?
Yeah, I don't want to go back to that. Because
Okay.
그거는 is like very 예민한 사람. It's very sensitive.
오.
Anyway, every time before we end up this corner, we actually do a segment where we actually find the same MBTI in the pop culture. And I'm so curious, who do we have for today?
We have, I was gonna say one of my favorites, but then my favorite changed, so I had to catch myself real quick.
So
You're a
who's your
play
favorite?
girl.
Let us hear about your favorite first.
Oh, we're talking about Hermione Granger.
Yeah. I mean, she was your former favorite, right?
I used to really
Okay.
like her, and then I 되게 약간 융통성이
맞아,
없다라고
맞아.
해야
So-
되나?
so you like
It's just
Voldemort?
Very rigid. Voldemort's an ENTJ, excuse me.
I didn't know he was an extrovert.
Oh,
I mean, he always hide around
근데
Oh,
Voldemort
behind
there's
other people's
a
back of their head, you know? Do you remember the first series?
Sorcerer's
He was
Stone.
sticking on the back of like the professor's head.
Professor Quirrell.
the
Yeah.
philosopher's Stone.
There's
Oh
actually
my
a
goodness.
debate on whether Voldemort is an ENTJ or not, or an ISTJ actually. So Sander was quite good job.
Okay.
But
yeah.
Hermione is a straight up ISTJ. So is Severus Snape. But I'm gonna say
Snape?
Snape for a different day because
Okay.
he holds a little special place in my heart. Today I'm gonna go over Hermione, and actually the more you learn about her, the more you're like, oh, it makes sense she's an ISTJ because she loves traditions and following the rules. She's that really annoying friend that like all the friends like, oh, 그래도 even if it breaks the rules, let's try this because it's fun. It's it's harmless, and she's gonna be like,
No, 안
it's in the
되지."
books. That's not allowed,
Yeah.
and everyone's gonna be like, let's make a separate group chat.
Right. Even at the beginning, she was like, it's
Yeah.
Leviosa, not
Oh,
Leviosa.
맞아요. Yeah.
이렇게 했잖아.
And ISTJs are very stickler because they believe what is right, and that is the right way to do things. And it's hard for them to kind of see apart from that. So that's kind of what Hermione is. But hanging out with Ron and Harry, who are very not like that, she becomes more well-rounded as she grows up. And she's also very controlling, as in she loves to manage her time to the minuscule level. She even loves like creating schedules and homework charts for her friends. Because when Harry and Ron struggle with their homework, she's like, oh, then I'll make a schedule. You just have to follow this and you'll be good. And they're like, that's not the point. Like, we just don't want to do it.
I need friends like that actually in our group, you know?
Yeah.
It would be good to balance out.
그러게, well, you're not like that. I felt like you are. You're pretty like plan하는 편 아니에요?
I just plan what restaurant I want to go to. That's it.
That's enough. Some people meet up and they're like, 어디 가지? And then they
맞아.
just debate on that for a while.
맞아.
So
아,
you're
진짜.
useful too. Don't worry.
Thank you. Yay.
Hermione also holds strong convictions. An example is when she formed the Special Student Coalition because she thought the house elves were being mistreated. So ISTJ들이 되게 깐깐하고 they're really like so stuck in their ways, but when they have a conviction, they are all for it. And as I said, they're very like go from point A to point B, nothing gets in the way type of person. So that's Hermione. And another very strong female character I would like to mention before we wrap up is Katniss Everdeen from The Hunger Games.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Oh my goodness. So Katniss.
That's everything.
Sam is looking at me with a
공감하고
blank
싶다. I didn't watch Hunger Games, so.
And you didn't read it either, I'm
No.
assuming.
I can't
Okay.
believe it. Why?
May the odds ever... What is
Be
that?
in
What-
your favor.
그거를 모른다고요? 그 명대사를?
Hunger Games.
Okay, enlighten me.
Okay.
What about
so,
her?
oh
Yeah.
man, where do I
재밌어,
need to
Hunger
even
Games.
start? So the Hunger Games is a series where there are, I believe, 12 districts, and then there's the capital, and the capital selects people or representatives from each district to fight in a game, but everyone fights to their death.
I know, it's
And
very
Katniss
cruel.
gets selected from her district. Anyhow,
So it's like an Asian version of Battle Royale?
Yeah,
From back in the
exactly.
day, right?
It
she's not
is.
Asian.
No, I mean, the
Yeah.
Battle Royale is
Yeah.
a Japanese
Yeah.
movie.
So it's the ancient
It's
version
basically the
of
same
it.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's a dystopian, story. It's really interesting if you guys want to check it out. Oh, that's kind of personal preference, but it is a fun story. So assuming that you guys do know who Katniss Everdeen is, she's a really good tracker and hunter. She is amazing in the forest and like just making a life for herself by means of surviving. So she draws on her experience to survive in the arena. So whereas the other players, they're like trying to get sponsorships to get gifts and stuff, she's like, no, I know what I need to do to survive. I'm just gonna trust my guts and go with it. So she's very like instinctual. And then the S comes in where she remembers Peta, her love interest, as the boy with the bread, and her sister Prim for her duck-tailed blouse. So 그냥 사람을 보고 그냥 이렇게 생겼구나, and that's how she registers people. It's
Okay.
not like, oh yeah, he was very kind, and it's not those,
감정적으로
그런
아니고.
걸로 생각하는 게 아니라
Not
it's like,
feelings.
oh yeah, he was the boy with the bread, yeah,
Right.
or like, oh yeah, he's the one with the tattoos. It's kind of that's how she just runs with it, and so yeah, those are the two characters that I wanted to talk about today.
Interesting. Anyway, this Friday, everybody remember, since we talk about DKZ, they're coming here for Friday, and hopefully Michelle can see her 이상형
그러니까
MBTI
너무
there.
궁금합니다. 그날 미셸의 두근거리는 모습을
Oh
보고
my goodness.
생중계해드리고요. We're gonna say
tease her.
goodbye with this song, right?
Right. This is 이고도 with 우리 같은 사람들. See you
Bye.
soon, Michelle. Bye.